So I want to go ahead and share this testimony real quick about my dad. Um, Years ago, um, my dad knew this Christian man, and this man's son, he had two sons, and he was very strict, and he was, all about the Bible and everything. Um, the oldest brother, who was a teenager, took a basketball and knocked the little boy, his little brother, down, knocked him in the back of the head and knocked him down. And the little boy was crying, and he went to my dad, and my dad was comforting him. And he said, "What happened? Was it an accident, or did he do it on purpose?" And the boy said, "Oh, it was an accident." And my dad spoke up, and he said, well, first, the dad of these kids, first he said, "Oh, he's all right. He's got a strong head. He'll be fine." And was kind of laughing about it and joking about it. And my dad spoke up to the oldest son, and he said, "You can't be doing that." He said, "You're going to hurt him." And then a few days later, my dad noticed that this man wasn't reaching out to him anymore, and he wasn't sure why. And then a few days later, he come and visit him, and he said, "I've been really praying about this." He said, "You hurt my son's feelings the other day when you spoke up to him, because he really looks up to you." And my dad said, well, and he apologized and said, "I wasn't trying to hurt anybody's feelings." He said, "I was trying to take up for your little boy who was in pain because he got hit in the head with a basketball, and he's already, got bad headaches and everything." And ironically, that boy said it was an accident. And that day that he threw that basketball at that little boy's head, he was banging it against the side of the house. And my aunt, who owns this house, she was just about to, tell him to stop doing that, but then he did. And then all of a sudden, she said she heard the little boy start crying after he threw that basketball. So my aunt told my dad that it was not an accident. He did it on purpose. And I believe it was meant for my aunt to see that boy doing that, so that she could tell my dad that that boy lied to you. And my dad spoke up to that boy, and he said, "I know you lied to me." He said, "You said it was an accident, and you did it on purpose." And that's when that boy started crying. And my dad looked at the little boy, and he said, "I'm going to tell you right now," he said, "look at me. If anybody ever hurts you, whether it's your dad or your brother, you come tell me, and I will take care of it." And my dad said he could tell that that made the father mad, which, why would that make you mad? You're supposed to be a Christian man. You're supposed to be protecting your children from getting hurt, and you're getting mad at somebody for standing up for your child when they're hurt. It's like, yeah, that story just really baffles me. But I just kept feeling this pressing on my spirit to really share that, because it was just one of those things I felt like I had to share for some reason. So I definitely pray that somebody watching this got something out of it, and that you guys definitely learned something from this. So thank you for watching, and have a great night.